played the game with the head because I couldn't use my feet. But no, I really admired him, and he was a big hero of mine. So everything that he did for football and footballers, I think you've got to admire him for. He was a very strong man, and he certainly understood the value of his own commercialism. Don't people realise how strong a character he was, that he could even wear his own kit in a World Cup against the team sponsor, which was an amazing thing. You know, he's a very, very strong man, very committed man, a very determined man. And I think that his kind of strength has moulded a philosophy of a football club, and he wasn't for changing, and he wouldn't bow to the kind of pressures that we're all subject to now with social media and intrusive media and everything else. I think his way was his way, and that's the way he is, and that's hopefully what we can learn from going forward as well, because we have to believe absolutely in our way being the right way. So he was a perfect role model for me.
Doing things his way didn't do him too much harm. He had a good career. Do you think as a philosopher in football he was perhaps a little bit ahead of his time? Or
way ahead of his time, because entertainment was vital for him, but playing the game with an element of style and freedom and bravery was always at the forefront of his thinking, and you've got to admire that. I think he's visionary and unique, absolutely unique. Upset people with views on everything within the game, to from commercial all the way through to individual and organisation. He wasn't frightened to say what he thought, and there aren't enough people like him. A lot of people say what they think people want to hear, and he basically said what he thought, which was very, very refreshing. And probably, if I'm a little bit like him, then I'd be very, very proud.
We can always, each of us, have maybe a percent of Cruyff about us, can't we?
Yeah, but I don't think enough. I do not think enough. I think that people are frightened to say that the emperor's naked, and he certainly wasn't. And so he kind of upset the establishment. But when you've got a career and a track record like he'd got, then you've got every right to, really. So, fair play to him. I think he was an inspiration.